The world seemed to freeze when Marcus saw her. She was sitting on the cold concrete outside the mall, knees drawn up, clutching a paper cup between trembling fingers. Her once bright brown eyes were dull now, her hair tangled and streaked with dust. The neon glow from the storefront flickered across her face, a face he thought he'd never see again. Lena? The name slipped out before he could stop himself. The woman flinched, raising her head slowly. For a moment, her expression was blank, as if the name belonged to a different lifetime. Then recognition hit her like a wave. "Marcus?" she whispered, her voice brittle, shaking. He hadn't seen her in almost 3 years, not since that night she disappeared without a goodbye, leaving him broken and confused. No note, no message, no closure, just silence. And now here she was, sitting on the sidewalk in front of a luxury mall wearing a torn hoodie that barely covered her arms. Marcus took a hesitant step closer, his heart pounding. "What happened to you? What if the person you ignore is the same one who once laughed beside you, dreamed with you, loved you?" That's why stories like this matter. Because compassion doesn't just change others. It changes us too. So if this story moves you, subscribe the channel and tell from where you are watching us. She tried to speak, but her lips trembled. Her hands tightened around the paper cup, as if it were the only thing anchoring her to the world. "Please," she murmured, don't look at me like that." He crouched down, ignoring the stares of people passing by. The shoppers who pretended not to see. The ones who turned their heads away from the uncomfortable truth lying just beyond their comfort zone. He didn't care. "Lena, talk to me." Tears welled in her eyes. "You shouldn't have stopped," he frowned. "I couldn't just walk past you." Her laugh came out shaky and bitter. "Everyone else does." For a long moment, neither spoke. The city noise blurred, car horns, chatter, footsteps. But all Marcus heard was the sound of her uneven breathing. "Come on," he finally said softly. "Let me get you something to eat." She hesitated, shame flashing across her face. "I don't want pity." "It's not pity," he said. "It's dinner." Inside the mall's food court, heads turned as they walked by. She kept her head low, her clothes standing out sharply against the polished floor and designer bags surrounding them. Marcus ignored the judgmental looks. They sat at a corner table, and he slid her a tray of food. She stared at the burger like she didn't know what to do with it. Then slowly she took a bite. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she chewed in silence. Marcus leaned forward. "Where have you been, Lena?" She swallowed hard. "Everywhere and nowhere," she said quietly. "After I left, things fell apart faster than I could fix them. I thought I could handle life on my own, that I didn't need anyone. But one bad decision led to another. I trusted the wrong people, lost everything." She looked up, meeting his eyes. "I didn't mean to vanish on you, Marcus. I just couldn't face you after what happened." He wanted to ask what happened meant, but her trembling voice stopped him. "You remember how I used to say life could change in a second?" she said. "I just never thought it would be that kind of second." He reached across the table and gently touched her hand. "You don't have to explain everything right now. Just let me help you." She shook her head. "You can't save everyone." "Maybe not," he said. "But I can try to save one person tonight." She looked at him for a long time, really looked at him. And for a flicker of a moment, her old warmth returned. "You never changed," she whispered. He smiled faintly. "You'd be surprised." Back at the table, Lena wiped her face with a napkin. "You shouldn't have to do this," she murmured. "I don't deserve it." "You deserve a chance," Marcus said firmly. "Everyone does." He offered her a card, a number for a women's shelter his sister worked with. "They can help you get back on your feet." "It's a good place." She stared at it, then at him. "You really think there's still a way back for me?" He nodded. "There's always a way back." That night, Marcus drove her to the shelter. It wasn't fancy, but it was safe, a place where broken stories could begin again. She turned to him at the door. "I don't know how to thank you." "Just promise me one thing," he said. "Don't disappear again," she smiled, weak but real. "Deal." 3 months later, Marcus stopped by the same mall again. He didn't expect to see her, but as he passed a small cafe across the street, He heard laughter, familiar, bright laughter. He turned. There she was. Lena was behind the counter, her hair clean and pulled back, wearing an apron with a name tag that read Volunteer Lead. She was serving coffee to a line of customers, smiling easily, her eyes full of life again. She noticed him through the window and froze, then broke into a wide, tearful grin. Marcus walked in, his chest tightening with emotion. "You look different," he said softly. "Better?" she teased, her voice lighter than before. "Much better." She handed him a coffee. "On the house. But next time," she added with a small smile, "you're leaving a tip." He laughed. "Deal." As they talked, Lena gestured around the cafe. "This place, it's part of a program now. We help women who've been through what I went through. Give them training, work, dignity." Her eyes glimmered with pride. "I didn't think I'd ever belong anywhere again. But here I am." Marcus looked at her, really looked, and realized this was what hope looked like when it came back from the ashes. Before he left, she touched his hand and said, "Thank you for seeing me when no one else did." He smiled softly. "You'd have done the same." As he stepped outside into the fading afternoon light, Marcus looked up at the mall, the same place where he'd found her broken months ago, and felt a quiet sense of peace. Some stories, he realized, don't end when people leave. They just pause, waiting for the right moment to start again, and maybe that's what love really is, not holding on, but showing up when it matters most.